Hello, this is Matt Bradley-Tschirgi, and we are taking a look here at Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD. Haven't been streaming in a little bit, was on vacation, so I'm going to pick up where we left off last time with Dragon Quest 2, the part of the package. I've been playing a lot of the mobile version of this to think it'll help with the stream, kind of get more of a familiarity of what to do, and I can point out the differences a bit better. That way the mobile version is based on the SNES port to some extent. So go and continue on. Dragon Quest 2. Welcome back, Matt. I trust thou did enjoy a peaceful respite. Very good. So we still, we're so early in the game. We have to go to Canuck Castle and speak to the king. Only experience level 3. And we want to see, is there some weapons and armor that we want to save for as far as we go with this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you like what you see, please do a like and follow. That would be great. Thank you. Dragon Quest 2, I think, is when the series really kind of came into its own. The first Dragon Quest is, the original version at least, is really, really simple. So we got the best chain sickle thing. Okay, 350 gold for the shield, 350 for the armor, 520. Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of grinding we should do. We can go to Canuck at least and do some of these things. Because is this Canuck? I don't know. This is Leftwind. Okay, so if we are here out in... My voice is a little froggy. Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here. Coming over a bit of his sword. And we can see we're going kind of in the upper left to get to where the castle is. And there's those little sparkly things. Those are also in, Dragon Quest 1 HD. I didn't complete Dragon Quest 1 HD, but got in a part where I just have to do so much grinding. It got a little bit annoying. So let's go after the ant. It's typically good to go after the stronger enemies first. I am playing on... I want to make sure the difficulty settings are where we want them to. They're a little bit annoying with how they go on here. So if we do MISC, system settings, difficulty. Right, so we're playing on easy mode, which I'm fine with. Easy mode still has its challenge, and we have the invincibility part turned off. That's a hard word to say, isn't it? We can see off in the distance. There's a castle we're trying to get to as we get further with the story. Let's go after Spirit, go after the strongest enemies or the magic casters, but we can see half my health is annihilated. I'm almost dead, and I died. That's not great. Shows you even on difficulty, easy difficulty, right? When you're fighting against stuff that is not too bad. What am I trying to say? When you enter an area, right, in the overworld or a dungeon where it's a bit too hard, that's the game telling you need to level up more, right? So, loud and clear, we want to get some better armor. I think we do have the best kind of weapon we can get for right now based on that first town we're in. And so far, the plot of the game is pretty simple. We're one of the ancestors of, like great-great-great-grandchildren, something like that, of the hero from the first Dragon Quest game. And as a part of that, we're going to go and do a lot. We can see, there's quite a bit of trouble we can get into if we need to. I think it's going to be 200 gold for a piece of armor, so we're just going to take it nice and easy. And we don't even have healing spells, right? We're going to change the settings so I'm running all the time. That makes the walking speed a bit better. It doesn't change, you know, the amount you have to grind, right? But it also makes sure the things like the messages are up to date and all that. So let's do this. System setting. Text running setting, so... Oh, I see. So text is ultra fast, running... What's the toggle thing here? Don't know. Okay, that's fine. If it's as good as we'll get it. Oh, I see it's toggle, meaning... Right, okay, so this is the faster speed. That's good. Typically, do we want to heal? You know, it looks like we're at 75% health. I like starting to heal when you're at 50% health. But sometimes you don't have that luxury, right? Even these ravens, you know, get us down to almost half health. So we're going to want to save at the... cut to level 4, you know, anytime you level up, you get more stats. And your health restores. And you get, right, abilities are a thing... From the later Dragon Quest games, they've introduced in these HD-2D remakes, in which you can, you know, strike an enemy before anyone else can act. I mean, strike first with a special attack. Cattle Prod is beast family monsters. Flying Knees against, you know, flying enemies, and Stone's Throw is a group attack, so we can try that. Why not? Maybe at 150 we'll go back and check and get a piece of armor. I have a feeling that'll be enough. Well, I don't want to add a critical. It's always nice as we keep on going. And the stream, health of the stream is looking nice, so that's good to hear. Oh, we just got a follow. Thanks very much, Jennifer. Appreciate it. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to drop something in the chat. Don't feel any pressure to. Oh, I see. I should have used the stone thing now, right? If we do fight abilities, Stone's Throw killed all those guys, but it was using magic points. So the abilities also use magic points. That is something that's worth noting. Let's do one more enemy and then go back into town and see what good weapons we can get, right? So, I mean, part of why Dragon Quest II is important in the series, like, it is more plot-focused. Most importantly, you don't play just as the hero, right? You have a whole group of, you have a whole party, and they added more of a personality to the party in this Dragon Quest II HD-2D version. There is another Dragon Quest remake coming out in February, it's worth noting. That's Dragon Quest VII. And that, they're not using this HD-2D remake, but they're doing a more full, you know, it's a higher budget affair. And even though it was released pretty late in the system for PlayStation 1 originally, Dragon Quest VII is one of the best-selling in the series, so it makes sense why they did that one. My prediction is we'll get some, you know, there's a Dragon Quest XII they've been working on for a long time. I'm hoping it comes out in 2026. I bet it'll come out in early 2027, but I think we'll see a trailer, at least with some footage, and start getting some of the, you know, bigger RPG streamers and so forth to promote it. Before that time, they'll probably do a press event, and that'd be fun to go to one of those. I don't know, I've been to press events, but not for Dragon Quest. I got to, I'm a producer of a YouTube show called Matt Chat that is hosted by Professor Matt Barton out of St. Cloud, Minnesota, and we look at, you know, retro games. Sometimes I'm on the show on camera as well, but I help him get guests and do research for shows and all these things. So, point being, as part of that, I got to do some coverage with it for Atari games at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, so that was real cool to see. So let's go. Probably want to, before staying at the end, I always like going to the shop first, because you don't want to, you know, blow your load, so to speak, at the I mean, okay, so we can see here, right? We got... This is 350, we don't have enough. This is 350, this is 520. So it's really a big... however, we've gotten up a few levels, I think, so I want to, you know, level up and see. I'm going to stay at the old inn and level up, and maybe we'll try going to that castle again. Maybe we're strong enough, we have some more abilities. I think that's worth a try. And then you can continue without being bumped back in the... After losing a battle, you can just kind of pick up where you left off with the autosave and not be booted back to the village unless you have your gold. Although that can happen if you want that to happen. Is one of the many nice kind of ease of use features they do in here. So we're going to go up in here and save the game the traditional way. Some people, you know, just use the autosave, but I've heard of corruptions happening, and you want to do some manual saves every so often. This was the only way you could save in the original game. So, even though we've put, you know, a whopping 10 minutes, that's still 10 minutes I don't want to lose in case things go crazy. So that first enemy is like 300 something gold. Not enemy, what is it, the shield or whatever. The different towns have different prices, so maybe there's some good stuff at the castle. It's been a bit since I've played this one. So we're doing better than last time. Don't have enemies running away from us. I mean, that's a sign that you're a bit overpowered, which is a good problem to have. And this Dragon Quest II is the long game, so is Dragon Quest III. If you want to do all the endgame stuff, there's even more. They added a lot of post-game content, as they call it, right? Where you beat the main story, and there's more stuff you can do. I do plan to do more than just Dragon Quest on here. Sometimes I cover other stuff, like the Alone in the Dark remake from last 2024. I took a look at. So that was good fun. You know, those Drakis really pack a punch, don't they, huh? I bet we can get up to level 5 pretty soon. And as I just said that, we just did. And that you get abilities and stuff is throwing you a bone, right? Making the game a bit easier. Because in the original game, your hero could not do any spells at all. He could equip pretty much all the armor, but you know, tended to be a warrior kind of class. You don't get outright classes in this game, and as far as I'm aware, but you can see the nice kind of circled spot on the map right there. Got these kind of setting the scene stuff. Oh, there's Kanik. As the camera kind of pulls back, we can see the castle's in the background, and we want to go to the king and tell him we're trying to find another relative of Erdrick, the hero from the first game. But will we find him yet? I don't think so. We can check out the price of these things. And it's some stuff I cannot equip, as it says. So but we can see the stuff we cannot equip is what eventually the second character in the party will have. And we're going in the castle here to talk to the king about, hey, is it Moonbrook or whatever, you know, this other town got captured, got sacked in the beginning, right? It just says speak, head to Kanik Castle, speak to the king. I like that the objectives, well, one, they're good if you haven't played the game, it reminds you what to do, that on the map it highlights where to go is good, because the old game wouldn't do that. We'll see if we get voice acting here with the king. I hope you would.
Well met,
yep.
Young Middenhall.
How thou art grown since last we
Got
saw
the
thee.
king and queen.
Yes, the furrow of thy brow suggesteth all is far
And you're
from
giving
bad.
him the bad news.
Sounds.
And that kind of like in the old Lego games, that they do stuff with the hand movements is cool.
Yet, as thou sayest, we have but one soldier's word. It would behoove us
And yet
to
they say,
learn
that, you know, they don't know if you're
before
telling the
acting on
truth,
view.
ultimately. And you walk off, but he says, take their son, the Prince of
Though
Cannock.
some regard him as something of a featherbrained sort,
They call
he's
him a bit,
said to have
daft,
spent daily training
featherbrained,
with
right?
sword and spell.
And that he can do spells, right? That's a big thing.
Thy presence is
And they're
required
looking
in the
for him.
throne
And the first real quest line of the game is trying to find the prince. And he kind of zips around. And there's the princess. Again, the original game didn't have this business, but this extra text, gives more of a personality, makes the world feel more lived in.
Even now,
He's setting to the wellspring of the hero, which is where we need to go. But we're not there yet. We need to,
Yet I could not forgive myself. Wert thou to go
level
companionless,
up.
then any harm were to befall.
It's ironically saying,
Wouldst thou
you
be
shouldn't
willing
go.
to journey to the wellspring of the hero and bring back my son.
Let's pick no. That's always fun.
Please, Highness.
It's to see
I
them
beg
beg,
thee
right?
to consider
Please.
that I could
That's
never
funny.
again look thy father in the eye should misfortune befall thee.
And that
My
he
son,
knows
for
your
all his
father,
faults, is of the bloodline of Erdrick.
and the son
He
has
will be
faults.
no
That's a
burden
funny
to
thing to
thee, I
point
am
out.
sure.
Forgive us for
It would be no
troubling thee
burden.
so, but we should be ever grateful.
The thing about the Prince of Cannock being who we're trying to recruit to the party eventually. So I mean, this is the main kind of quest here. In the overall quest to save the world and so forth from, I think, Hargon or whatever it is. Big bad, as they'd say in the Buffy days.
Is my cousin Moonbrook no more?
So they're
We do
talking
not
about
know that, dear.
the cousin in
Let us not
Moonbrook, right?
dwell
There's
on
also a
that
child
we
in
cannot
Moonbrook
control.
that's related to the
Turn our
hero of the
attentions
first
to
game.
what we can.
But we'll get to that later.
Quite. Summon the Chancellor.
And,
The kingdom
he's
must be
going to increase
fortified.
his defenses, right? The kingdom must be fortified. I love the formal language. It's not as over the top as the thee and thou stuff from the first game, but you have some of that. So the objectives are find the Prince of Cannock, right? And so if we go to the old world map, we got a big old hike to get there, and problem being is we're not strong enough for that yet. We want to at least level up and get a piece of armor. Up, the princess pulls you aside into her chamber. Or, I don't know if it's her chambers. There's two beds. It's kind of salacious. So they're talking about Moonbrook. So you're telling the princess the whole skinny on what happened. It is terrible news. She's right. It is supposed to have voice acting through the whole thing. I've said this over and over again on these streams, but
Then it is decided. I will accompany you on your hunt with my darling brother.
the princess is going to accompany you.
If he is to play his part as a scion of the hallowed hero,
Is this the new part of the new hero they've added to this game? I know they added a fourth hero. Age is no excuse to laze.
I hardly think that
It's
Mum
kind of an
and
eye
Dad
rhyme
Dursley
there.
will allow me to join you on your journey to Moonbrook. But at the very least, I can help you find my
So I mean,
brother.
this is nice. It kind of
Can't I?
starts you with another party member a bit early.
Wonderful. Well, now that is settled, let us prepare to depart.
And I wonder if she'll fight or if she'll just kind of be in the background like when you had the princess in the original game.
But first, I must dress for the occasion. Step outside for a moment, please.
So she does have two beds, even though it's just her room. I suppose if friends are spending the night and so forth. She is dressing so she won't look like the princess, right? And people won't catch on to her ruse. That's a cute little
Want to
twirl.
make my traveling togs.
Traveling. And this is just a real charming localization. Thumbs up, Square Enix. Good job on this.
You boys wouldn't know needlework if it poked you in the eye. When a lady asks for your opinion on her outfit, you say it's stunning or breathtaking. Or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, sublime beyond belief. Anyway, on the subject of feeling adventurous, let us be off. Oh, and pray do not stand on ceremony. I have a name for a reason. By all means, call me by it.
So we'll give the default name of Matilda. Nice that there's European options, right? Umlauts and all these things. Inyas, for Spanish as
Now
well.
that is settled, let us fly to the east, over field and forest, and down into the depths of the earth. The wellspring of the hero awaits.
So we want to spend gold on her as well. And she does that little funny pose, and she's, not really meek, more of a take action sort of woman, which is cool. So it says, Cannock's finest is lawn for the ride, but with you the princess will help fight against any enemies you cross swords with. However, she hasn't officially decided to join your party just yet. The independent-minded miss won't take any orders from you, nor will allow you to rifle through her items or equipment. Okay, so enchanted, and then it talks about you find scrolls that give you, special abilities and so forth. Great. Why we need the second part, I'm not quite sure. And do we have full health? We do, so we might as well save the game here. Save early, save often is what they used to say for the old King's Quest and Leisure Suit Larry games back in the day. So I'm wondering, does it... And it's correct, right? So if I'm curious, like how does the inventory stuff look? It doesn't show her in there. I assume it'll have her fight and all these things, which is nice and well and good. And it doesn't, we cannot have her do spells, so it's kind of slowly introducing to you the idea of a party member, although they're only auto battle. And I don't know if we'll level up or not. I believe she joins your game later. She's a new character created for this game. So Matilda can take damage, but she can't die, I guess. So she can buff you, right? She gave words of encouragement. And cast spells, which is nice. Big help, big help. And you don't have to split. I don't think it splits experience. That's a good point. I don't think that really happens. Pull up something here. As we keep venturing into the great unknown. What do we see here? We get the mollusk. So it's easier to have two people do stuff, especially when she's casting spells and doesn't have magic points, or she's like a bot basically. She can take any help you can get. We want to get up to 250 gold to get that first shield as we upgrade our armor. We could get, the additional weapon, which is another 500 something gold. I think that isn't totally needed. And this text, although it's going by fast, is pretty funny. It talks about her taking out a piece of paper that lights on fire. And so she's doing all kinds of spiffy abilities. And I mean, you have to wonder from a game design perspective why she is here. It is that this first part of the game, as the entry level point in a lot of RPGs, is really pretty difficult. You have to go real far, then you have you have your first real dungeon to try and find the prince, and it's the start of our journey to find him. I'll just say that much. And so to have someone to help you on this part of your journey is real nice. And what do we have? Is this shiny thing? Copper sword. I don't think that would help much, would it? But we can sell it for money. So let's do that. So she's doing sleep spells, she's doing all kinds of stuff. The Malisk are defeated indeed. We're going along and is this an item? Yes, so they do have these little secret spots, and we don't have the ability yet to sniff for treasure, but if you look around, there'll be, things in these barrels and chests and so forth. You don't also be attacked in these areas. That's Worth noting, surely there must be more than this barrel, but you notice how it does that kind of soft focus thing in the background. It makes it feel like you're looking for something for real, right? So if we go across here, fight a little bit more and then go back. The old bubble slime, so I'm going to use Stone's Throw. Very nice. Bubble slimes are defeated. Yes, yes. So that you get a sneak peek of this party member early on. Introduces you to the concept of parties. Makes the beginning a bit of an easier go. I'm going to be, difficult and kind of get the best armor as you go along. I think that's the best way. Even in easy mode, which isn't as easy as it could be. It's me griping a bit there. But there you go. Reached level 6. So we're leveling up. Not learning new abilities, but that's fine. And, how the map looks hand-drawn is really cool. I believe the easy, or they call it Draki quest mode, the easy mode in the Dragon Quest 3 HD-2D, makes you invincible and you cannot toggle that. Because this, even though it's 1 and 2, this came after 3. Although chronologically, it's 3 is a prequel, and they pulled that same trick with Dragon Quest 6, 4, and 5. And I predict in 2026 we'll see announcements of the Zenithian trilogy, which is Dragon Quest 4 through 6. As a HD-2D remix. That's what I'm predicting, but we'll see if that's the case. But it is, 2026 is the 40th anniversary of Dragon Quest, so very good. What do we have here? So we can sell a sword for 300. And we'll buy what? Yeah, why not? Let's do the old scale shield. So we can compare, right? This gives +4 defense. Ultimately, that's all this armor does, is boost your stats. Or if we get the headwear, that's +8 defense. So the hardwood headwear, I think, is the better bang for your buck there. So we'll do that. You want to equip it, and then we'll sell that little leather hat. We'll save the game, and why don't we go down to that cave? I think we can make it there with our companion princess in disguise. So not much of a playtime, just and by comparison, in the mobile version, I've put maybe 20-something hours into it. I don't know if I'll put more into that if I'm streaming this, but it was good to get exposure to more of that game and see where we're going. Ooh, what's down here? We can always explore. Do we have to, there's the old dungeon, right? You can speak through the prisoners. Since thou didst go to all the trouble of visiting me here, allow me to share a little pearl of wisdom. There's a key in the world that can open nigh any door. Just imagine. Yep. Shifty man. The more we stain our hands with wicked acts, the higher we climb in the ranks of the army of the faithful. What luck to be imprisoned here beside one so damnably foul. Pray, what did I do to deserve such punishment? The plaguey fiend ne'er sees that to entreat me to do wrong. Come, friend, the world shall soon end, what mattereth thought? With this and other such pleasantries doth he bombard me, so tirelessly aggravating is he that I have put off wrongdoing entirely. So it sounds like he's probably like a monster in disguise or something. Maybe that pays off later, maybe it doesn't, but Still good world building there as we introduce things with the quest. So we're gonna squeeze on over to that upper right corner. We had started to go across the bridge, but that's fine. We want to go after the ant. And some of the ease of use stuff they add for these games is really something that's dragon scale. We can equip that, I believe. It's like a, what do you call it? Accessory? Yeah. Nice. So yeah, with plus 10 defense, that's not too shabby. And then we go up around this river bend. We'll get closer to that village we're trying to get to. And we can see the enemies can summon more of each other, right? You can hear the enemy grunt and all those things. I wonder if that's a different actor than who played the hero in the first game. Or maybe it's not because it's a descendant. Don't know, but good thing to wonder. So now we're going to keep eking towards the northeast to get to where I want to go. Stone's throw. It's quite good. A lot of damage there. 21 gold coins. Hachi Machi. Still only at 86. We want to get to, another 300 and something to get that. It was a scale shield. Ooh. So we want to go after the Magus. He has a spell. Up at level 7. And muster strength, I think, buffs your strength. Let's see what that does under abilities. Yep. Builds up your strength for the next attack, as it says. So we are almost here at this first dungeon of the game. Not much of a dungeon. I think it's maybe 2 stories. To try and find the Prince of Canuck, but will he be here or not? That's kind of the mystery. We're fighting. My voice sounds a bit husky because I'm a little bit sick. Apologies. I was in busy journal trips for Christmas, going to the Atlanta airport, very busy airport. I think I probably caught something from that or the airplane. Been relaxing with some tea and honey and naps. Classic dungeon music. And Matilda says the spring itself is a little further in. That's where you'll find my brother performing his ablutions. He did the starts for this game. Normally he forgoes the bath entirely, but today of all days he chooses to soak himself in holy water. You too must think his timing leaves a little to be desired. Yes. Right. Still, I must not do him down unduly. They're saying the prince is kind of an idiot. Those wits may be scattered, his heart is always in the right place. Now enough chitter-chatter. Let's find the heir to Canuck's crown. They love alliteration. And the humor, it's always been a bit goofy. So we can go down if we want, but we want to stay up here first. We'll hit the... Oh, we can go... Let's see. No nose for treasure, that's a bit annoying to me, but we'll get that. That lets you know if there's treasure chests left to find on the different parts of the dungeon. Maybe I'll do cattle prod to the scorpion. That's not a group attack, would have been better to do the stone's throw, do the lunatic. She got it before me, so got rid of the scorpion. Again, not too bad. But that, if she wasn't there, this part would be a lot more challenging. Maybe you can refuse her, actually, I don't know. You could have tried that. But why refuse help? especially early on in the game where you don't have a full-time heal cast, spellcaster that can cast heal. Maybe is there a treasure chest on the other end of this? Let's see. Yes, there is. Seed of Luck. So we want to have, I always like the main hero to use all these seeds. And luck will make it so like in battles they drop more items. So you can see, look at that nice waterfall stuff. That's a real nice shot there if you see these entombed swords. You've done well in reaching the wellspring of the hero wanderers, keeper of the wellspring. Ah, it says the young Prince of Kenok himself did partake of its blessing just a short while prior. So we missed him. Drat and bother, do you mean to say that we missed him? Alas, it seemeth so. Mayhap you'll find him in Mittenhall? His Highness mentioned that he meant to visit the castle once the rite was complete. Why must he test my patience so, and why Mittenhall? Oh, it hardly matters. Come, let's hurry after him lest he escape us again. So you basically are put in this wild goose chase here. Full aware I am of the urgency of that quest, yet I fear stormy waters of thy heart may lead thee astray. It is for you of Erdrick's blood line to steer people of this fair realm through the storm, not to be tossed hither and yonder by it. Hither and thither. Yes, I know, sorry. Then cleanse yourself in its blessed waters and pray for the favor of the mighty Erdrick. Erdrick being the hero of the first game. And we got cleansed by that, which means we're healed. And you're supposed to bathe in it as well. It would be nice if it showed a scene of you soaking in the waters and having some revelation or something. O hero of legend, grant those who walk the path the savior thy guidance and protection. Right. The ritual is complete. May you walk in the light of the goddess. Very good. So it says you can use the zoom spell to return to any towns you've been, or the Chimera Wing, and assign shortcut commands to the controller if you wish. Certainly zoom, the one that makes you zip around, is important. The heal slime are a bit tedious, but that's fine. But they don't do a lot of damage, which is why you want to get rid of them last. Because then you're just killing time. Up and around. Get rid of the megas here. Tap the heal slime. As we get further along, we'll see what's happening. Got to level 8, nice. Did we learn something? An ability, I mean? Nope, we did not. What do we have here? Tell me, have you cleansed yourself from the wellspring of the hero? Would be a shame not to do so. Okay. Is there like a... Got a seed of wisdom. take a path here if you wanted. Mirror shows you have spinach stuck between your teeth. Haha. So if we look at the map, we want to get to go to Middenhall. We don't have to do the escape spell just to leave the dungeon, which we used to have to do. We'll go a little bit further on this quest and see where the damn Prince of Cannock has gone to. We almost have enough for that shield, so that's nice. Ouch. Beloved Matt, is this not the Princess of Cannock I see at thy side? To what do we owe the pleasure? I regret to return you that Prince Caradoc did return homeward a short while before your coming. He had been first to the wellspring of the hero, and then came thence here, I believe, but upon learning I had sent thee forth to Cannock to deliver tidings on assault of Moonbrook, did he hasten to return home. That bothersome brother of mine, wherever we seek him, there he most assuredly is not. Right. This first quest is a bit comedic because we can't find the damn prince. Thank you, your majesty. We should go after him right away. Good, but you'll see that the young cousin come to no harm. Right. You're both very kind, but it is I who protect Prince Matt, not the other way around. She is putting her foot down. Greatly reassured to hear it. My cousin the king hath raised him both fearsome and warriorous indeed. Beloved son, I pray that your path crosseth with thy cousin's ere long. What it doth, pray, join forces with him and seek out the truth of what is afoot in the land. Again, the classic Dragon Quest formality. And I bet we have enough to purchase that little shield we want, right? That won't be until the next village. Still, in the objective changes, but there is the same, right? It's track down the prince. But we can see he went back home to where we were to begin with. But we might as well fight a few more monsters on the way. Not just, especially since we don't have a zoom spell. We don't want to waste a Chimera Wing if we don't have to, if it's just a little ways to go. We don't have any enemies run away from us quite yet, but recall, we started only at level 3, experience level 3, and we're all the way at level 8, I think, 7. Nope, it's 8. Go after the old slime. Group of enemies are defeated. So if we wrap this up with getting the prince, that'll be a nice stopping point for stream today. Maybe I'll stream more tonight. That'd be fun. Trying to get in the habit of doing this. I'd like to do it at least once a week. So, not a huge amount, but that's enough to get started. And if I can do it on a consistent day, that's even better, isn't it? I wanted to get the ant, but she got it for me. If you like what you see, please give a like, do a follow, whatever all those are, depending on what platform you're watching this on. Would appreciate it. Subscribe, appreciate it. A little bit you do helps the channel out. I have a small but mighty group of followers that I appreciate. Every one of them. What a pretty pendant. I did not imagine you had a penchant for the baubles. Oh, interesting. It was a gift from... Oh, right. We got that before. So a gift from Gwaelin to her Erdrick. But why has it begun to glow suddenly? We don't know. But hardly matters, I suppose. Finding my brother is the urgent business of the day. So I'm going to go to the old weapon shop and get but that is 350, not 250. Oh ho ho. I see. Well, do we want to sell the musk? Why not? It just lures monsters. We will equip the shield. It should let you sell the old one automatically. That would be kind of nice. So we're all kitted up except for the weapon, right? That's how it goes. So I'm going to do the little hop, skip, and a jump to the castle. And I am hoping we will have the Prince of Canuck there. Will we? I have no idea. We'll just have to see. The group of enemies are defeated indeed. Yes, yes. This will be a good break. I have to feed the cats, the dogs, clean up any downstairs stuff. Fix myself some tea. Be nice for the old throat. They're almost there. And, you know, granted we have to spend money on what the prince has. And I think he's just at the bar. Yeah. I think we can finally get him for good. We'll drop off the princess. Find out the next objective. Like, they have to make these things pretty good, right? Pretty addictive. Oh, the throne room. Maybe he went somewhere else. Come to think of it. So, Prince Matt, it appears my son is not with thee. Do you mean to say he is still not returned? More to the point, dearest daughter mine, wherefore dost thou don such travelling garb? Surely thou hast not been accompanying the prince on his travels? Fret not, father, I was merely helping him find my brother. Is he truly not returned? He is not. Didst thou not meet with him at the wellspring? He had already left the spring by the time he arrived, and the same was true for Middenhall. Shows how kind of humorous this quest is. Perhaps he stopped off somewhere along the way. That is worryingly plausible. Well, there is nothing for it. We shall just have to keep searching. But they're going to let the princess go? I don't think so. Hold a moment, Matilda, my dear. Pray enlighten me as to why the prince requireth thine aid in this. Mayhap I am not my brother's keeper, but I am his sister, and as such I am duty-bound to help anyone who seeks him out. Once brother has been found, I shall return to the peaceful humdrum of princesship, I assure you. Thou wilt return here straight the moment thy brother is discovered. Thou swearest? 'Twill be as if I were never gone. Very well. Mine apologies, Prince Matt. I trust my daughter's company will not inconvenience you unduly. Right, so. See, he does not resent my company. He delights in it. Now, if you excuse us, Mummy, Daddy, we have a prince to find. It's like that old Carmen Sandiego game. Just get out of the castle and see where we must go. Might there be items in her quarters? I don't think so. Yes, a crack scroll, a bronze knife. Does the same spinach joke. It'd be nice if they did more than one of the jokes, but it's fine. Mysteries of crack. Ah, so I cannot learn it. because it's a spell. We also get up spells through leveling up. If I'm equipping things, it's a piece of armor. Let's see, equipment bag. Basic bronze, nice. Knife, but nice. Shall leave the old castle. Let's try to sell some stuff, right? That knife will give us 60 gold. Maybe we get a little bit more, but not enough to get over that 500 gold hump. 550 or whatever for the weapon, right? So why not use the Chimera Wayne to go back to left wing? And this is where we get him proper. He is in the inn. He was not here before. So I guess he was a slowpoke. But he's here with his old spiky hair and the green tunic.
Oh!
Caradoc, yes.
Rascal I have been at such pains to find.
He says, oh, I've actually been trying to find
Your
you.
father told me of the terrible news from Moonbrook.
And he mentions he heard about
Journey
Moonbrook
there
getting
to learn
sacked,
the
so he
truth.
was going to
Pray, allow me
go to
to
his father and
accompany
tell
you on
him.
your expedition. Cannot rightly remain idle while my kin ventures into
He's
dangers
going to mention the
unknown.
princess there, his sister as well, I think.
What? Where are you?
Because I too heard
He's
the
a bit
news from
confused, and
Moonbrook.
he seems a bit, you know,
That is
good
why
comedic
I've
voice on
been
him.
helping the prince
What
to
are you?
find
You know,
that you
kind of
might
higher
venture
pitched.
there together.
Is that so?
And he's being a bit humbled.
I owe you my thanks.
I owe you my thanks
And
and
my
apologies.
Accepted. Now let us repair home. We mustn't keep mother and father waiting.
It is a pleasure to join your fellowship.
Called it a fellowship, kind of a Lord of the Rings kind of reference, I guess. Fellowship of the Ring, all that. Caradoc joins the party. Nice. So we get an achievement.
Though I did not say it, 'twas a pleasure for me too.
Matilda enjoyed her taste of adventuring. She'll get more as she joins the party. I believe it's much, much later in the
It was
game.
almost like being a hero.
Almost like being a hero indeed. It mentions with items that it needs to be kept on your person for it to appear in a battle, right? We gotta go back to Canuck, right? And not terribly surprised, and we want to spend time and see what old kit we can get. Caradoc, excuse me, here. Because he's infamously kind of weak. So he's better than these weapons, good to know. Scale shield would increase his defense by quite a bit. As would the hardware headwear, so both of those would be good. Chainmail and all that is quite a lot. Don't want that yet, do we? So we'll do the head wear on Caradoc. Boost his stuff by 20%. Boost his defense by 20-something%. That's not nice. I'm getting tired. What am I saying not nice for? That doesn't make any sense. So if we can give Caradoc some sort of spell, that would be nice, huh? We'll fight. So we need to switch it so he's controlled manually. I think we can do that, can't we? Let's see. He will follow orders. Good. So he will do money corn. So he does 13 damage and I do 62 damage, right? So he doesn't do that much damage, but he has spells. And he's kind of weak, so you want to tend to do the armor on him first. Because there's a bit of a meme about old Caradoc here, where he's just constantly in your party, but he's dead. And they've made him slightly less useless as these games go on. Here we go. I want to level him up one more bit. He's only level 4. I want to get him up at least one level, but can we see... Well, anyhow, we should wrap this up here. We'll talk to the king, and that'll be a good stopping point. We got Caradoc. I assume we're dropping the princess off. So we go yet once more to the king. There we go.
Father, mother, I am returned. And find
So
myself
now he
most
knows
troubled
about
by
Moonbrook,
recent
which the
goings-on
king
in
already
war.
knows about.
As do I. Though it is a relief to see thee at
And he's your
last in
cousin,
the company of
as
my
is she.
cousin. 1,000 apologies, young Middenhall, for my wayward offspring inconveniencing thee so.
Oh, Tush! I didn't inconvenience him in the slightest.
Tush, she
Even if I
says.
did, the prince is far too
Fair
kind to sort of
cause.
say so. Isn't that right, fair cuz?
Allow me to offer mine own apology.
So they both, brother and the sister,
'Tis of little import now.
are apologizing to
More
you.
pressing
But no, I
matters
mean,
are at
the bigger
hand.
plot, right,
A
more pressing
calamity
matters are
most
at
foul
hand.
hath befallen Moonbrook.
Yeah, so Moonbrook has
Thy
been attacked.
cousin, Middenhall, bravely ventureth forth to survey that place and rescue the king and princess.
And we have yet another cousin,
Should
Middenhall,
rescue be
that we have to
possible,
get.
I would have thee accompany him on this quest.
Lend him thy
Lend
succor.
him thy succor.
Succor, I
Prove
guess. That's
that blood
it's
is
a word
a
of
bond that
Shakespeare
none
times.
can tear asunder.
Yes,
Seems
father.
like assistance, I
As
suppose.
scions of mighty Erdrick, naught shall stand in our way.
Caradoc
The
is a
road
bit
to Moonbrook passes
foolish.
through Gwaelin's Gate, to the south and west of here. Take with you this parchment and present
Gwaelin
it to
being the name of the
guards at
princess in the
gate.
first game.
They will grant you passage.
And we get a pass to get through Gwaelin's Gate. Right. Oh, well and good.
May the goddess go with you.
We're dropping off the princess.
Brother, I wish you well.
She wants to join us, I think, but she can't. So she leaves the party. happen in Moonbrook instead. But we're getting the third party member ultimately is what it comes down to, so we'll save. So yeah, pretty productive. And I I've put less time into this than Dragon Quest 1 HD, 2D HD, but I like this better than the Dragon Quest 1. You don't have just such fiddly little puzzly bosses. They didn't change the recipe as much. So we are saving the game, and we'll wrap things up. But thanks for tuning in. If you like what you saw, please like or follow. And I'll play some more, probably Dragon Quest next time I stream. So thanks so much. I met Bradley-Tschirgi, and if you like what you saw, and if you like this, you might like some of my books. I wrote a book on the films of Eddie Murphy, the films of Uwe Boll in the video game movies, and Star Trek video games. I have a book on that. You can find those on Amazon. I also do a Substack, Film Flam Man. You can find that online. And I'll be speaking and doing a panel on the Spider-Man films at Fan Expo Portland 2026 in a few weeks. More details on that to come. All right, catch you later. Bye.